You probably heard that old joke at some point, Fiat. Fix it again, Tony. Well, Ferrari never really had a nickname like that. But if it did, it was probably more like fix it properly or fix it twice. And that is actually the point of the episode today, because the idea that Ferraris are unreliable, well, that's simply not true. What is true is they're often misunderstood. And that misunderstanding is often where ownership frustration begins. I'm Jason, and this is Ferrari In Context. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions about Ferrari ownership is that the cars are unreliable. Well, that's simply not the case. What is true is Ferraris operate under very different assumptions than most road cars. They're not designed to be ignored, just like they're not designed to sit around for long periods of time. And they're definitely not built to be treated casually. Now, that's where expectation and reality start to separate. The best way I can explain Ferrari is to think about it like this. The Ferrari is actually like a professional athlete. Now, an athlete doesn't need more care because something is wrong. They need more care because they're operating close to the limits. If you're active or competitive in sport, you already understand this. You train, you warm up, you stretch, you do your sport of choice, you do physio, and you recover. And even then, injuries and accidents still happen. To give another example, I've been skiing at a high level for more than 45 years. I train daily, I warm up, I do require physiotherapy, and even then, I've still had serious injuries, including torn ligaments. And this happens when you start to push the limits. And Ferrari ownership is very similar that way. A Ferrari isn't a casual machine. It is designed to rev high, run hot, respond quickly, stop quickly. It's essentially there to operate at its limits. You warm up before skiing hard, just like you warm up your Ferrari before driving it hard. You maintain your body to keep it performing well, just like you maintain your Ferrari to keep it healthy. When people say Ferraris require too much maintenance, what they really mean is, I didn't realize this level of performance required this level of care. Time matters more than mileage, and this is where most owners get caught out. They look at a car with low mileage and they assume everything must be fine. But with Ferraris, time matters more than kilometers traveled. Rubber's going to dry out, seals are going to harden, and fluid will degrade. A car that's been used regularly will often require less maintenance than one that's been sitting around. Now, just like an athlete that stops training, things start to fail and you're no longer able to perform at your limit anymore. Ferraris don't need more maintenance because they're built poorly. They need more maintenance because tolerances are tighter, systems are more complex, components are highly stressed, and everything is built for performance, not convenience. After all, you're not maintaining a commuter car, you're maintaining a high-performance machine. Let me give you a real example from my summer. I drove my Testarossa 560 kilometers, not a whole lot. And during that time period, the 6-month driving season, the car spent 3 months off the road as I was waiting for parts and service for the car. So it meant I only drove the car 10 times in total. At the same time, I drove my Ferrari 328 a total of 2,500 kilometers this year. So no extended maintenance, no downtime, same owner, same car, completely different experience. So that should tell you a lot. This isn't about one car being better than the other. This is about understanding what kind of ownership you're choosing. The Testarossa is more complex than the 328. It's way tighter packaging, many things are duplicated, so there's a lot more potential for things to go wrong with that car. Even though I drove it far less, it required a lot more attention. So that's something that mileage alone will never tell you. This is the part that most people don't expect. They think, I didn't drive that much, so it shouldn't need that much work. But this is where performance machines, well, they simply don't work that way. They need regular use, proper warm-up, consistent servicing, preventative care. If you skip those things, it doesn't complain immediately. No, it waits. It complains all at once. Ferraris don't fail because they're unreliable. They fail because they're misunderstood. They reward consistency, knowledge, and respect, but they'll punish you for shortcuts, neglect, and deferred maintenance. Now, that's not a flaw. That's just the nature of high-performance engineering. So when people say Ferraris require too much maintenance, what they're really saying is, I didn't expect this level of responsibility. After all, a Ferrari isn't meant to be owned casually. It's meant to be understood. And once you understand that, ownership becomes something very different and very rewarding. So this has been Ferrari in Context. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.